Welcome to Willow Springs, the fastest road course in the West. We're live for the Crazy Sports Kid League annual event for the Menards Grand Prix. We had some crazy qualifying when at this road course we are finally seeing the teams that have medium speed, very high speed, like our low speed. Team Penske has low speed. Johnson Motorsports, their team's starting to speed back up, but Pat Green Motorsports right now is the best team, and when you will see why when we do the starting lineup. Let's go trackside. If you're able to, fans, please rise and please remove your hats as the California State Band presents with the epic version of the national anthem. And now we're ready to go. And now we're ready to see where favorite drivers are starting here in Daytona. Row number 1, Pat Green and Leandro Ortega. Row 2, Xander Faust, Delilah Shipley. Row 3, Alexander Owens, Wynn, Tessalina McElroy. Row 4, Bella Gillum and Nicholas Green. Row 5, Nancy Stoffren, Caitlin Healy. In row 6, Jenna Lucas and Chelsea Johnson. Row 7, Carson Cole, Jacob Spencer. Row 8, Jack Moon, Dory Logan. Row 9, Savannah Call, Nolan Rango. Row 10, Matthew Godwin, Kendall Holman. No, not Kendall Holman, Connor Jones. Row 11, Cameron Evans, Raymond Green. Row 12, Avery Caffrey, Raymond Cardell. Row 13, Nathan Rockhill, Harley Myers. Row 14, Kyler Henry, Scott Stoffren. Row 15, last week's winner, Emma Green, Lyric Tanner. And starting last this afternoon, it's Avery Shipley. And why I said that Pat Green Motorsports is the best team in the league is because all 3 drivers like ours started 10, and now Audrey Schreiner getting ready to go. She is ready to drop the green flag, and we're underway in Willow Springs. And we're underway in Willow Springs. Pat Green, Leandro Ortega lead them down as Ortega will have the inside and will have the best lane. Ortega won this race last season. He wants to go back-to-back with his new team. And it's Ortega who leads here in Willow Springs. And here comes Xander Faust. How about Faust and Shipley? Delilah Shipley right there as well. Pat Green inside. Pat Green inside/outside has the lead. And here comes Delilah Shipley. She won second, but it's still going to be Ortega who's going to keep it, but here comes Faust. Faust right there, trying to do good. Green in 7th. That's not Pat Green, that's Nick Green. Can Pat Green get her 2nd win of the year? And are we going to see somebody making it on points? Most likely, yes. Pat Green leads in the cash now number 4. Well, I think this is the 3rd race this season that we've seen Pat Green lead a race. Pat Green will lose the lead out of turn 9 as Leandro, and we have a car around. 2-car crash. Avery Caffrey, Avery Shipley. We're slow. We saw a 1-car crash actually, and that was Avery Caffrey. Just a spin as we see it's still Leandro Ortega who leads. Shipley really won 2nd. And look at Pat Green trying to go down to the inside and trying to make a pass. Nick Green still in 7th, trying to move forward. And some major news broke earlier this week that Chelsea Johnson will be retiring at the end, well, season 23 at the end of the season. And there is a chance that Johnson Motorsports could sign either Alex Johnson back to a full-time ride in the 24 or Callista Kendall to a full-time ride in the 24. That will be major to see. When they will be announcing it tomorrow afternoon, like in Plainfield, Indiana. Matthew Johnson sitting on the sidelines today, and now that's surprising. Shipley winning 2nd as we see Pat Green in 4, continuing to be fast. Can Pat Green win here in Willow Springs? She drives the cash now number 4. Here comes the Wild Shipley once again. Pat Green to the back bumper of her teammate, Leandro Ortega. Ortega won this race last season. Is he going to win another Willow Springs race? Ortega has been so strong lately. When with his new team in the number 32, we said that he was sad to leave Groovy Motorsports, but happy to join Pat Green Motorsports, and he brought some speed along the ride as well. Alex Owens looking for his 2nd ever Willow Springs win, looking for his 1st win since season number 5. So you heard me right. Owens hasn't won since season 5. Pat Green through turn 9 retakes the lead. Leandro Ortega goes around. And what a save by the 32, but he's going to lose some very valuable positions. Ortega loses the lead and falling back down to 16th. As now the battle for the lead is on. And here comes Xander Faust having a chance to win here in Willow Springs. And don't look now, here comes the king. Nick Green having a fast car. Mick Elroy as well. Great racing here from Willow Springs, as now it's Pat Green, Delilah Shipley, Xander Faust, Tessalina McElroy, and Nick Green, your top 5. Can Nick Green get his 1st win with his new team, Green Shriner Racing? Delilah Shipley and Nick Green, the best 2 drivers of that team. As we see Avery Shipley still back down in the back, win 29th. Delilah Shipley wants to lead. She pushes it 4 off the racetrack. Pat Green's going to lose 2 spots as Shipley leads. And here comes here comes the king as well. Chelsea Johnson in her final Willow Springs start. On the move in the 24. Nick Green in the 65 there. As we have a battle for the lead. It's Delilah Shipley and Xander Faust. Nick Green in the 51. No, Nick Green in the 65. Very fast here this afternoon when he is showing a lot of speed as he wants fourth. It's now the battle for the lead. Shipley and Faust. Delilah Shipley leads. Pat Green back to third. Can she get back up front and win this one? Comes to 30 laps to go. This has been a great race. When we have an exciting new broadcast partner as well. TikTok. Crazy Sports Kid. Crazy Sports Kid League and Crazy Sports Kid is on TikTok. If you want to see with the most craziest finishes, go over to TikTok. When search up at Crazy Sports Kid. Delilah Shipley in the lead. Faust really wants to win this one. Can Xander Faust in his first Willow Springs race back win in the 77? He excels in racing, and he is going to excel forward. Xander Faust to the lead here in Willow Springs, but still going to be side by side. Faust outside, Shipley inside. Great racing, and Xander Faust so far has the advantage. But Delilah Shipley, the queen, is still there. Still side by side for the lead, and Shipley's going to lose the lead and maybe second as here comes Pat Green. Xander Faust in the 77 for Johnson Motorsports. Well, it looks like that he is the best Johnson Motorsports driver as he leads in Willow Springs. He had a great qualifying run earlier this morning and a great weekend last week in Daytona. Like with some fast cars, like with a fast car both races last week, as Shipley still runs in second. Nobody wrecks out off that corner up front, but here comes Shipley. She wants the lead once again. Delilah Shipley inside, but she can't make the move. She can't make a move. As we see the 70 continuing to lead here in Daytona. Here in Willow Springs. The 77 lead. Who's going to win this one? Shipley gets loose, and she's falling back as Chelsea Johnson is on the move. Sixth place. Who's in sixth? That's the question. Sixth place, that's Chelsea Johnson. How about Chelsea Johnson in her last start, like in Willow Springs, until she retires, sitting in the top 6. Both Johnson Motorsports machines are fast. Here comes the Green China Racing number 70 of Delilah Shipley. As you see some drivers getting off the racetrack there, but that's okay. Faust continuing to lead, and we have a battle for second, and another battle for the lead. Faust almost goes around. What is saved by the 77? What is saved by Xander Faust on lap 8? He leads, continuing to lead in Willow Springs. That 77 car has some life. Race 5 of the year. How about Jenna Lucas right there? Who's in 10th? Jacob Spencer and Jenna Lucas battling for the top 10 spot. And we're also happy to announce the return of the awards, and there's a new award, and that is the Golden Wheel Award, when it is the drivers with the best saves, and we know that Xander Faust, I think, was trying to show off there, but I think that will be one of the best saves of the year. Delilah Shipley hitting the rear end of the 77 as she tried to take the lead there, but she couldn't as Faust pulls away onto lap 9, leg of lap 35. Lap 9 with 35 is on the board here in Willow Springs. It's still Faust who leads. Gillum wants a spot. She wants 7th. She's going to the outside like Alex Owens. Gillum in the 74, last year's champion, is fast. We still have a battle for the lead, but Shipley can't make it happen. Xander Faust leads here in Willow Springs. Who's going to win this one? And now don't go anywhere. I will be back shortly. I'm doing a commentating break right now. But don't go anywhere. You are watching with the Menards Grand Prix, like Willow Springs, and you're riding along with Pat Green. She has the roof cam here in Willow Springs. One sec. Shipley inside, but she can't take the lead. lap 18 on the board here in Willow Springs, as we see a lot of cars getting sideways and sideways. In the green, Connor Jones battling for the battling for 30th. In the green, last week's winner running the back, as we see the closer leading once again through turn 4 here in Willow Springs. Lap 18 with 35s on the board. Pat Green through turn 8, and now comes to turn number 9. Can the closer win another race here in the Crazy Sports Good League Season 23? Looking for a third win. WILOW Shipley inside. Gets to Pat. Pat Green goes around, and she's not going to win Willow Springs. And it is a miracle. Pat Green has finally blew it, and Harley Myers has as well. Pat heavy damage to the number 4, and she's back down in 30th. Oh my goodness, you can write it down. Pat Green actually wrecked. Harley Myers does as well. As it's now WILOW Shipley, Tesselyn McElroy, and Nick Green in the top 3. There's still a Green with a chance to win here in Willow Springs. How about the 74? She is fast. Harley Myers destroyed. Pat Green destroyed. Here in Willow Springs, the 4. Man, Pat Green really did get destroyed when she got wrecked. Now here comes the 51. Great run by McElroy. Down to the inside. And Shipley loses the lead. And Tesselina McElroy to the lead here in Willow Springs. It's lap 20 like a 35. WILOW Shipley has a problem, and the problem's name is Nick Green, her team owner. Nick Green in the 65 once again having a fast race, having a fast car. And now there's the 5th boy. How about Nick Green losing 3rd? As how about in 3rd now, wanting to win here in Willow Springs. His name is Alex Owens. He really wants to get back to victory lane. As we see the 70 getting sideways. Now here comes Green to the rear end of the 16. Great run by the King. Nick Green in the 65. 16, door to door. Great battling here from Willow Springs. And Pat Green finally coming down pit road. And a race that looked like that it would be a Pat Green win turns out not to be. As McElroy is back up front, but here comes Shipley once again. It's still side by side. Here comes Owens on the outside of McElroy. And Pat Green is already off the pit road. Pat Green is now in last. She started first and she's in line. That's funny. That's hilarious. Gillum going for fourth on Nick Green. How about Bella Gillum? And after an underdog championship last season, looking to be one of the favorites to win the championship this year, same as Nick Green, as we see Delilah Shipley continuing to lead here in Willow Springs. We knew one thing for sure, that Alex Owens would be one of the favorites to win Willow Springs. Who's going to win this afternoon? We are seeing great racing here from Willow Springs. Owens 1 second. Side it is. Owens outside, and he's gonna get the run. He wants the lead, and Alex Owens on lap 23 to the lead here in Willow Springs. Xander Faust around, and Xander Faust for the second time in a row for the second time today. His first time was in qualifying, and he wrecks and now is back down in 20th. Wow, crazy wild racing indeed from Willow Springs, and Jacob Spencer having a top 6 run. How about Spencer in the 33? He sure is strong. Kalen Healy having a great run today, and look, he's back in the top 10. His name is Leandro Ortega. Alex Owens looking for his second ever Willow Springs victory. He leads. And now Green, great run to McElroy. McElroy to Shipley, and Shipley to Owens. Great battling here from Willow Springs. Shipley inside, gets to Owens. He saves it. And now McElroy 1 second. How about this? Jenna Lucas in 12th and Carson Cole running in 11th. Great run by Carson. We're not counting Carson Cole out of it. I mean, we're not counting Carson Cole out of the chance for the championship, as we still see Pat Green in last. We still have not seen Harley Myers pit yet. If she does not pit, Pat Green's going to get her first first last place finish of the year. That's not going to be surprising, but actually it is going to be surprising, since Pat Green's actually good this year, when right now she's in last. Alex Owens in the 16 for Henry Racing leads. Can he get back to victory lane? Here comes Shipley inside, but she can't get the best run. And now Shipley looking to get a great run here. 11 laps remaining here. Great run by Shipley. Great run by McElroy. Owens sideways. McElroy 1 second. Great racing here from Willow Springs. Jack Moon back there. How about Raymond Green in the top 15 with Team Penske? Where the heck is Matthew Godwin? What happened? Wow, Matthew Godwin back down in 26. He must have wrecked a spun or something, because he started better than Ray Green, and now he's falling all the way back down to 26. Avery Shipley in 20, not having a good race. How about Green Shriner Racing this year? And how about Jacob Spencer? Can he get to victory lane for the first time in his racing career? Spencer wants to win. Owens leads. Spencer to the back of green. Could we see a Jacob Spencer victory? Alex Owens, 10 laps to go. First victory since Season 5, and his Season 5 victory came right here for Team Penske in the number 2, and now in the number 16 here in Willow Springs. He wants to win, but here comes Mick Elroy. How about Tesla and Mick Elroy having a fast car? Mick Elroy for RMG Racing in the number 51. Wanting to get RMG Racing their first win of the year. RMG Racing hasn't been good lately. I mean, with Jack Moon winning a few races last year. Hey. Who's in 29th? Avery Caffrey must have gone around again, because she's in 29th. Battle for the lead though. Now to turn 9. Here comes the 51, great run by Mick Elroy, way to the outside. She gets loose. She has to get hard onto the brake as Owens pulls back away. 9 laps to go for Alex Owens here in Willow Springs. Owens said that this race, that this track would be his best chance to win at here this season. Spencer in the top 5. Could he possibly get a win? Here comes Mick Elroy, riding the back bumper of the 16. Now, she can make the move. Owens is just too fast for right now. Alex Owens circled this track at the beginning of the season, and he told everyone, even himself, that his best race would be Willow Springs. And right now, this is his best race of the year, and he is showing why. And he is now showing us why he is so good here in the Crazy Sports Good League. Owens has now won since Season 5, and that was here at this racetrack. Comes at 8 laps to go. Are we going to see another upset? Are we going to see another surprise winner? We saw a great finish last week in Daytona race number 2, but race number 1, that was in surprise winner Kyler Henry. And now Owens looking to be the other surprise winner. Or can Nick Green pull the upset and win, or will it be Jacob Spencer? We've seen great racing, some crazy passes, and some crazy wrecks, as Pat Green still runs in last. Harley Myers still has not pitted. I don't think Harley Myers will be pitting, which means Pat Green's about to get her first last place finish of the year. Probably not her last one, but Pat Green even ran up front. But dude, Alex Owens surprisingly continues to lead, comes to 7 to go. Can he bring the 16 back to victory lane? Last year was his debut in this car. Well, it was either last year or 2 years ago when he debuted in the 16. 7 laps remaining here in Willow Springs for Alex Owens. Mick Elroy wants the lead, and she will take it away. But Owens has the inside, and the inside lane is the best lane through the carousel. To the long sweeping carousel. Alex Owens retakes the lead on the outside and is going to clear Mick Elroy. Owens continues to lead. Alex Owens, he has had a lot of practice so far in the 16, and now with Henry Racing. Henry Racing actually has been good this year, so we're not surprised to see the 16 up front. We've seen the 44 run up front. We've seen the 11 and the 14 run up front. And now we're finally seeing the 16 back again. Dre run inside, side by side. McElroy back up front, and Owens goes around, and that's the announcer jinx right there. Green to third, and he wants second. Here comes Spencer, side by side for second, and Nick Green will take second away from Delilah Shipley, but she wants to retake second. Shipley really does not want to lose to her teammate. And right now, will this be a comeback by the 32? Is it going to be a spin to win? Okay, the 32 came out of nowhere. He's back in sixth. Nick Green now comes to 5 laps to go, having a chance to win here in Willow Springs. It's Tessalina McElroy who leads, and Alex Owens, the announcer jinx, once again happens. He's in 29th. McElroy versus the King. Who's going to come out on top? Probably the King, because he can't be stopped. I didn't even mean to rhyme there. How about Jacob Spencer there in fourth? He wants third against the veteran Delilah Shipley. Chelsea Johnson there, wanting fourth. As Green battles for the lead. If he goes out to the inside here, that will be the best move we've seen. This may be Nick Green's best race. He goes to the outside, and this may be another great move by the King. Inside, and we have a new leader. It's Nick Green who leads, but McElroy retakes the lead from the inside. Green had it for the second. 5 to go here in Willow Springs, here in California. And the next time we are here in Kern County, it will be for the Exalta We Paint Winners 55. Now that should be a fun one, and it is at the other Kern County racetrack, and that is the most anticipated Kern County race. But this is the second most anticipated race of the year, followed closely by the Great American Race. But leading the most anticipated race of the year was surprisingly the Exalta We Paint Winners 55. Green inside, and great move. He's going to clear. New leader. It's the King. But here comes McElroy back down on the inside, and that may be the best move she has. Maybe not with 4 laps to go. Green hanging on tough. Spencer there. Don't count him out. He wants to win. Contact made. And Green got on the curbing. Spencer about to lose fourth to Chelsea Johnson. She's retiring at the end of the year. She wants to end the year with a championship. And right now, she sits in fourth. But for right now, McElroy, for right now, leads. Can Nick Green pull the upset and win here in Willow Springs? And we said not to count Nick Green out because it's anybody's race. And right now, he has second. Shipley trying to take second, but she can't. Big battle for fourth, though. As Spencer still has it. 3 laps to go here in Willow Springs for Tessalina McElroy. Here comes Nick Green once again to the inside, and this time with a great run, and this time is going to be able to clear. Nick Green to the lead with 3 laps to go. But is he going to hang on? Green trying to pull away. McElroy right there. Nick Green was just too fast, and is just too fast, as Nick Green wanting to take the win. He's had so many great runs, 11th place finishes in both of the Daytona races last week, and now he's trying to finish 10 spots more than he finished last weekend's races in Daytona. He's had a lot of top 10 finishes, looking for another one, looking for a top 5, looking for a win. But McElroy really right there, really fast, but she couldn't take the lead. Shipley will take second. It's side by side, they make contact. Green starting to pull away just a bit. He has an 8/10 of a second lead as McElroy has second. And Shipley can't take it away. It's still Green up front with 2 laps to go. We are going to see one heck of a finish here in Willow Springs. Who's going to win it? Nick Green leads. McElroy right there in second. And now comes the white flag here in Willow Springs. And now Green now comes to the white flag here. He has the lead, but for how long? McElroy is right there. We're about ready to see a great finish. McElroy inside, but she can't take the lead. Coming to the white flag. One more time around Willow Springs. McElroy inside. Great run by the 51. She wants the lead. Spencer there. He wants third. Great run. This is the last lap, and this is the finish that everybody was waiting for. McElroy second, has the lead, but for right now, Green right there. Can Nick Green get a victory here in Willow Springs? He has the outside. Great run by the 65. He's had so many top 10 finishes this year. He surprisingly got a top 10 finish at the Texas Motor Speedway. We saw his grandmother, Pat Green, get the pole. We're here in Willow Springs, and now he's about to get to victory lane for the first time in a long time. Green and his new team looking to hang on though, but here comes McElroy. She drives it in deep. It's side by side. McElroy to the lead here in Willow Springs. McElroy and RMG Racing going to victory lane. Exciting finish, and Green with the top 2. Tessalina McElroy, the upset happens, wins her first Willow Springs event, and that will do it from Willow Springs. What a race from Willow Springs in an exciting last lap. Pat Green finishes in the back, and it's Tessalina McElroy with an exciting finish. Nick Green still has to wait, but he is fast, and what a finish. McElroy and RMG Racing to victory lane for the first time in a long time, and for the first time this year, and for the first time this season, we can finally say that Pat Green has the last place finish. Thanks for watching the Menards 35 here from WILOW.